Welcome, YouTubers. Today, we're going to be covering the basics of pentagrams and Ertels. Firstly, I'll start with the pentagrams, and then we'll move on to the Ertels. So with the elemental system, it comes in 5 elements: fire, water, earth, wind, and dark. I have found this table, which I have linked in the description if you want to check it out. Fire is strong against dark, dark is strong against wind, wind is strong against earth, earth is strong against water, and finally water beats fire. So you'll do higher damage if your equipped pentagram is stronger than the opponent's element. Otherwise, you'll do neutral damage or lower damage if you're up against the wrong element. This elemental damage is shown separately and is visible on the side of your normal damage in the color of your element. There's 5 different pentagram tiers for different levels. The low level for level 100, 150 and 180, I'm not going to go into too much detail. Equip whichever one you like during these levels, as they don't add much to your damage. Then there's the level 300 pentagrams, which I'll cover shortly, and the level 800 pentagram, which I won't cover in this video, but essentially you upgrade your plus 11 level 300 pentagram with a pentagram emblem to create a level 800 pentagram. The level 300 pentagrams can be obtained from fighting bosses in Acheron and Errtel. I've never been able to drop these bosses, so I purchased my pentagrams from the market. They can also be dropped from elemental capsules when there is an active event. Here is a list of the level 300 pentagrams. They all come with different options and a few of them provide higher damage and defense. But essentially, any of these will be good for you to reach level 800 with. The Lyra is one of the most popular pentagrams due to the critical damage option. I'll go into more detail as to why when I explain the Radiance Ertel. For Kundans, the recommended pentagrams are the ones that have Kundan in their name, as it unlocks an additional effect. Same goes with Lemuria Mage with Lemuria's Orb. And they only have a trade limit of 1. If you would like to trade it again, you'll need to purchase tradable seals from the market or receive it from an event. Simply plus them up to 7 or 9 to increase its damage and defense. If you want higher defense and damage, you can equip the Ertels on them, which will also unlock the options on the pentagram. You can see the options are currently grayed out as there are no Ertels attached. If you can't afford a pentagram with 4 Ertel options, you can get away with a pentagram with 3. An example of this is my white wizard that has 3 in the speed server without any Ertels attached and will do just fine all the way up to the map Old Cathotum. You'll need to equip Ertels when you get to deep dungeons, so I would recommend investing in 4 to begin with. When you press C and go to element, you'll see your elemental stats, attack power, defense, and options from your Ertels. You can also see which element your pentagram will do the highest damage to. Then when you equip the Ertel and Blessing, you'll notice that the attack and defense goes up. If the Ertels were a higher level and had an additional rank, then it would have increased by a lot more. To unlock the Radiance, you'll need to buy the expansion scroll and equip it to your pentagram. You can also create an expansion scroll yourself by opening elemental capsules and finding 4 fragments. Press Alt and right click to open up your pentagram and equip these Ertels. The pentagram needs to be unequipped to attach and remove an Ertel. If you have a beginner pentagram and you want to sell it to NPC, ensure you take it off the Ertels first and then you can get rid of it. That's basically all there is to know about pentagrams. If I missed anything, let me know. If you have learned anything from this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more guides. Let's get into the Ertels now. There are 5 different Ertel types that come in the same 5 elements. These can be upgraded and have 3 ranks up to level 10. To get an Ertel, you can receive them already crafted from elemental capsules, or craft them yourself by looting mithril fragments from elemental maps. Simply add mithril to your bot and your character will pick them up. Don't worry if you pick up fragments that don't match your element, as you'll need them for upgrading, which I'll show you shortly. Once you collect 5, they turn into a mithril and you can then take the mithril to NPC Adnil and try craft an Ertel by using a Bless and Zen. It's a 50% success rate and the Ertel will be destroyed if it fails. Personally, I find this to be quite low and I wait for events to farm Ertels, or buy them from the market so I don't run the risk of losing Bless. When successful, the Ertel received will be random. You can then upgrade these Ertels by using Elemental Rune and Elemental Talismans, but they're optional. Each level will require more Elemental Runes to be used. For example, level 1 will require 1 rune, and a level 5 will require 3 rune. These Ertels I was able to pull from events such as a Cherry Blossom event. I managed to pull a +7, and another I received was a +5 and upgraded it to +7. Elemental Talisman of Luck will increase the success rate, and the Elemental Talisman of Chaos Assembly will prevent the Ertel from disappearing if it fails. The Elemental Runes used to be available in NPC for Zen all year round. This has now been removed and only appears through Elemental Capsules and may only appear in the NPC during events. You'll need to upgrade the first rank to a minimum of +7 before you can introduce the second rank. To upgrade it to the second rank, you'll need the same Ertel. For example, Anger. The element doesn't need to be the same, only the Ertel type. The second Ertel will then disappear and the main Ertel will have a random option added. You will then need to upgrade the second rank to a minimum of +7 before introducing the third rank. Once you have upgraded to the next rank, the previous rank isn't able to be upgraded anymore. The options on the Ertels will range from PvE and PvP options. Ertel of Anger and Integrity will relate to attack, and Ertel of Blessing and Divinity will be for defense. Players recommend having Ertels at a minimum of +7, +7, +7 for the higher maps. Ideally, you want it to be +10, +10, +10, but +7 will still be good for maps such as Deep Dungeon and Swamp. A tactic players use for upgrading is to get the rank 1 to +7 without any additional material. Then once you have upgraded to rank 2, then begin to use the Elemental Talismans. You can see how it can be quite costly to craft these Ertels, and the Elemental Runes aren't cheap either. I personally avoid crafting to avoid disappointment and save the bless to buy Ertels from players. With the Ertel Radiance, the first rank will have 6 possible options, either defense or attack. The second rank will have 3 possible options relating to absorb, and the third rank will have 5 possible options. A very popular rank 3 option is Punish. It can do 16% of the monster's damage depending on the level of your Radiance Ertel, with a maximum of 250,000 damage. You can imagine how good this would be in the higher maps, and explains why this is an expensive Ertel. This Ertel pairs well with the Lyra, as it relies on critical damage for it to appear, and Lyra has a high critical percentage when the options are unlocked. You can see the punish damage in white and how frequently it appears, causing high damage. Also take note that if you want to unequip the Ertel from your pentagram, there is a chance it may fail and the Ertel will disappear. To avoid this, you can unequip it with this item, Blessing of Spirit. or wait for an event where you can unequip it safely at 100% rate. You can also change the elemental type of the Errtels and Pentagrams, but this is only during an event period, which is normally once or twice a year. If you enjoyed this guide, let me know in the comments and go check out my guide on which maps to level for characters under level 400. And I'll catch you in the next one.